to another awesome episode of Osprey Observer TV. We've got a great interview lined up for you about girls with confidence. And that's not only their mission, it's also the name of the organization. Nancy Lemon joins Marie Gilmore and I right now.
Hi, everybody. We're so excited to be back doing my Osprey TV interviews. And today we have a great friend of mine. Her name is Nancy Lemon. And it's already been 10 years ago that she came up with this amazing idea to create camps and workshops and activities that empower girls. It's called Girls with Confidence. It's been successful for over 10 years, and now they've got even more news to share. Nancy, thank you for coming on our show today.
Of course, I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started with Girls with Confidence.
Sure. So I started Girls with Confidence in 2010, but before that, I was inspired by volunteering with a company called the Ophelia Project. And I was doing some volunteer work with them. They actually, they left Tampa. They, I think, lost some funding. And I was encouraged by some really close friends to continue doing the work with the girls. And so I started Girls with Confidence and started out with 3 classes in 2011. It's grown to 18 different classes, different topics that we do. And basically what we do is we offer workshops, events, and camps for girls that are from kindergarten all the way through high school to 18. And we do that through the workshops and fun different events. And we were just talking before we came online about our new center, which is located in Lithia. And yes, it did take 10 years for me to make that leap and that jump to have our own place, but it's been wonderful.
Well, what's next for Girls with Confidence, Nancy? And tell me a little bit about what having the facility opens up for opportunities for you.
Sure. So let me tell you maybe a little bit about the workshop. So when the girls come in, we do it like a little craft until they all get there. And then talking back to the 18 different topics each week. So if we're holding a workshop series, each week we have a different topic that we cover. So we get down on the floor on the carpet in our meeting area, and we facilitate a discussion around that topic. So maybe it's around friendship, being brave, no one's perfect. And we have a discussion with the girls. And really what I love about having our own space is it gives the girls a comfortable, safe place for them to open up and to share and to know that they are not alone in how they're feeling. And the pandemic has been very interesting. Of course, we are still running our classes, but we're doing it in a very safe way with the masks. But I think even more important during this time frame to get the girls out, to have that social connection, because, you know, we were inside for 2 or 3 months. And so we give them that safe place to be able to do that. So what's next for Girls with Confidence? We have some goats. We have some little animals that we've brought in. People that know me think I'm a little crazy by doing this, but I think it's wonderful to teach the girls about some different animals. So we have 2 goats right now. We have some chickens that are in my laundry room right now, some little baby chicks. And we're going to integrate them into our little petting zoo or petting farm and probably get some bunnies. But we're going to try to teach the girls how to take care of them. And I don't know if you know much about goats, but they're very loving. They're kind of like dogs. And so that's new. And we're going to have a garden. And we're just slowly, as things are getting better with the pandemic, we are integrating some different programs. So we're going to be doing more with mothers and daughters. So offering some mother-daughter workshops together. And we're thinking about Boys with Confidence as an option, which has been, I know you're happy about that because I know you have a couple boys, but it has been probably the top question that I get all the time is, do you do anything for boys? So it is something that we would like to bring into this center at some point.
Well, Nancy, the minute you said goats and bunnies, I think my daughter just jumped in the car and started driving herself over to
Right.
you. She's only 5 years old. And what I'm excited about is that she's very, competitive. She's got a real strong
Yeah.
head on her shoulder. So I wouldn't say, I mean, of course, like all kids, there, you see some insecurities from time to time, but she's very competitive. And
Yeah.
how do you balance that between, encouraging it, right? Because I think that's a really great trait to have. But also, recognizing that not everything has to be a competition. Not every moment,
Right.
has to be competitive and me versus you and that sort of dynamic.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I often hear from some moms that say, my daughter does not need to come to Girls with Confidence because she has too much confidence. And I think it's important to balance that out, where sometimes if you think about girls that have too much confidence, that brings on new challenges for them, or different challenges. And that could be challenges with friendships. I can tell you that there's a lot of girls that do come through the program. They're very talkative, they're extroverts, and they sometimes want to answer all the questions, and they can't do that. So they learn a lot in sharing and understanding that they have to give somebody else a chance to talk and to share. So they learn that in these programs too. I also, on the other end, with the girls that are super quiet, I want them to understand that it's okay to be an introvert. And many times I think our society is trying to push those shy, quiet people and the introverts to be more like extroverts. And that's something that we try to share with the girls, that that's okay to be more quiet and reserved, but there are opportunities and times that you do need to push yourself outside your comfort zone a little bit.
Well, Nancy, I have learned a lot from Girls with Confidence. I got to be involved a little bit as a mentee, mentor, and I had a mentee. Yeah. Taylor Newman was my mentee, and it was such a pleasure getting to know a teenage girl, because yes, I am a mom of boys, and for many years I've been asking you, where's the Boys with Confidence?
Right.
I've loved your curriculum, your programs, and I keep thinking there's room for that to also be there for boys with confidence in this day and age, and even just manners and just all the different programs that you have. I think there's a place for it. So I'm glad to hear you have plans for it in the future, for sure. But in the meantime, as a mom and as a female, it was such a pleasure to be involved as a mentor with the program and get to know girls, and to see that our teens really are so interesting. And we had such a pleasure getting to know Taylor. She came in for a one-day internship here at the paper. She got to learn about everything. It was such a pleasure to get to know her. She was such an artist and so creative and so driven and motivated. And it's such an inspiration to just work with a young lady, a teenager, because a lot of times they get a bad rap, right? We think they're stuck on their cell phones and they're not engaging in the community, but they are so thoughtful if you can just sit down and have a conversation with them. So I appreciate that Girls with Confidence gave me that opportunity to engage with a young woman and really be a part of her next steps. So.
Well, and Marie, you were a big influence on her. She has talked about the time that she did spend with you and having you as a mentor. So just to kind of expand on that, we have a program for high school girls that we started 2 years ago, and it's called Young Women's Leadership Council. And what we've done is we had 20 girls that enrolled in the program. It's a year-long program. We meet with them once a month. And then what we did is we paired them up with a businesswoman in the community that mentored them halfway through the program. And it was really wonderful. Just a quick note on Taylor. She actually painted, we have some stepping stones at her center, and she painted, and I sent you a picture of those, but she painted all of them, and it's just amazing. And she has a lot of talent. So she's been a big support. And then really quick on the high school girls, my goal is to get the girls to start with Girls with Confidence early on. So start them as early as kindergarten and keep them involved. So we have, as I said, 18 different programs within the younger group. We have 16 different topics with middle school. And then as they get into high school, they're crazy busy, right? They've got so many different commitments and schoolwork, but we want to keep them involved so they can volunteer and get community service hours by coming back and supporting and mentoring the younger girls in our camps and our classes. And it's all approved through Bright Futures, through the school district, and it's a great thing for them.
Love it. Well, Nancy, I think we'll be staying in touch for a long time moving forward as you add new things and continue to expand with your program. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
And just give us a little contact information for you, how people can get involved, where they can get the information.
Absolutely. So they can go to our website. Everything is on there. It's girlswithconfidence.com. They can give us a call at 813-571-2002. And we are located, our center is located in Lithia at the corner of Browning Road and Lithia Pinecrest. So they can always stop by there and check out the goats.
Awesome. All the best to you, Nancy. Thank you for being with us today.
Absolutely.
We'll stay in touch. We're going to come visit the goats. I know Johnny's going to bring his daughter, and we're going to come visit the goats.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me.